All rise for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. The roll call here to determine quorum. Council Baumgartner here. Nevers is absent. Ferguson
Here.
I am here. Howard here. We do have a quorum. We'll call the meeting to order here. Begin the meeting with the public forum portion of the meeting. This is a time when the public is invited to address council. We ask that you please state your name for the meeting record. Speaking times will be limited to 3 minutes. But if there's any unfinished business to take care of after those 3 minutes, we'll make sure we work on the back end to get things resolved. Is there anybody here from the public who wishes to address council? Anybody online from the public who wishes to address council? Not seeing any movement out there, so we'll close down the public forum portion of the meeting and just move on to the setting of the agenda. Now, we were supplied an agenda a few days back. Since that agenda, we have made an adjustment from the consent agenda into the business items. That would be discussion business item C, spill prevention, control and countermeasure plan for the Olivia Electrical Systems. Other than that, the agenda is the same as we've seen it here for a few days. I'll entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Motion. Second.
Motion's been made by Howard, seconded by Baumgartner to approve tonight's agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Right.
And none opposed. Agenda is approved as written. We'll move down to the consent agenda. It contains the meeting minutes from June 16th. A resolution 58, which authorizes the title and summary publication of that ordinance 6 that we had passed a few weeks back. Resolution 59, accepting a quote for door replacement on a motor vehicle storage building. Resolution 60, acknowledging offsite gambling permit for the Fraternal Order of the Police. Resolution 61, acknowledging offsite gambling permit requested by Olivia Ambulance. Resolution 62, the approving of a step movement for Scott Forsman. That is the consent agenda. I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made by Baumgartner and seconded by Ferguson to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda is approved as written, as amended. All right, discussion items. Okay, now we're gonna enter into the public hearing process for ordinance 6. It's the amendment to the city code chapter 152 to repeal and place sections 152.500 through 152.527 titled the Olivia Regional Airport Overlay Zoning District. We talked about this a few weeks back, and we're moving through the public hearing process on this ordinance, as we do with all zoning ordinances. So we'll begin this process by taking some staff reports.
Yeah, so this is in continuation of our last meeting where we discussed putting the new airport zoning code that was approved by the Joint Airport Zoning Board. In February of this year, the JASB passed that upon recommendation from our city attorney. We also adopted it into the comprehensive plan. That was last meeting. And now we're putting it into our city code so that we have the same zoning across all of these foundational documents that we refer to. So it's kind of a housekeeping item. I did put up on the screen so I don't have to do kind of hand motions about what our new zone looks like. Our great folks at our engineering firm, SEH, put this as an overlay for us all so that we can see the new airport zone. Again, it got just more oval instead of circular because previously they planned to have a cross runway, kind of like an X, but we are just sticking to one runway now. So this is what was adopted by JASB in February. You all approved to add to the comprehensive plan last meeting, and this is the final step, putting it into our city code So all documents have been updated.
Oh, you're on the JASB? This,
Nope, nobody, nope, the
Oh.
only people on JASB, were you appointed in fall of 2023, myself and Sig.
oh,
Scott Refslin was also on the JASB as a county appointee. We also sent out letters to the township to see if they wanted to be involved. The township declined to send
Okay.
a representative,
all right,
so. You are on an airport board,
yeah, pardon.
different than the joint
Yeah.
airport zoning board, sorry,
Yeah.
there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah. All right,
Wanted to remove you from the hot seat there.
Well, I'm good, because I was questioning that myself. You had said that at one point we were more circular because we were entertaining the X.
Yes,
Now, with this movement,
Yes.
is the X
off the table.
completely off the table? This isn't anything that we're gonna revisit in 5 years and?
Nope.
Okay,
This is it.
if there was to be an investment made for the airport, I think lengthening the current runway would be the smart money move, but we're also kind of locked by major highways on that.
And we
stretch
can't,
as well.
if we lengthen it, we can't ever get to the really big airplanes. We are too landlocked to expand it that much. So,
yes, and you end up, there's houses or whatnot in that.
Yeah.
In the backside.
Yeah, there's required distances for safety, there's safety zones, so that's also gonna limit how far.
And our corn just grows too high in this town.
absolutely.
All right. So now is a portion of the process where we will receive public comment. Is there anybody from the public who wishes to comment on ordinance 06? Anybody from the public wishing to comment on ordinance 06? Anybody from the public wishing to comment on ordinance 06? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move forward and close the public hearing and reopen the regular meeting. In front of us, we have ordinance 06, the amendment to the Olivia City Code, chapter 152, to repeal and replace sections 152.500 through 152.527, titled Olivia Regional Airport Overlay Zoning District. I'll call for a motion to approve that ordinance.
Motion.
Second. Motion's been made by Howard, seconded by Ferguson to approve ordinance 6. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Right,
Any opposed? Ordinance 6 has passed. And moving on to a conversation about spill prevention, control, and countermeasure plan for the Olivia Electrical System.
So it was pointed out this weekend by Eagle Eye Councilor Baumgartner. That one of the figures in the plan had the wrong image of the substation, that's the word I'm looking for. So we did reach out to SEH, we just weren't able to get the updated figure for the plan by the meeting tonight. The rest of the plan looked good, so I would like council approval of this plan contingent on receiving the updated image from SEH. We should receive that by the end of the week. But if you recall, several meetings ago, you guys approved the contract with SEH to create the spill prevention control and countermeasure plan. The city hadn't had one before. It was brought to our attention that we needed one, particularly because of all of the oil and that's involved in an electrical system. The spill plan protects the environment and, you know, has our own emergency response plan for spill response protocols, training for staff, things like that, containment strategies. So that's what's included in the plan. But I just would like your approval contingent on receiving that one updated figure.
So without having the correct images there's a map with the locations of the substations, if you guys were able to see that. Do you feel that is a sufficient indicator of what substations we're talking about?
yeah,
Cool.
I mean, we'll get the updated image.
Yeah, we'll get the updated image in it. It's just one page that SEH will send us updated. Again, it's summertime, people are on vacation, so it was off of a holiday weekend, so the response time wasn't quite as fast as we usually have it with SEH, so they apologized. They were hoping to get it by 5:30 tonight and just things didn't align. but we should have it definitely by the end of the week.
Any other discussion? Call for a motion to approve the plan.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made by Baumgartner, seconded by Howard to approve the spill prevention, control and countermeasure plan for the Olivia Electrical Systems. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye,
Right.
and any opposed? Okay, discussion item C, the spill prevention, control and countermeasure plan has been approved. We'll be moving down to committee reports. Are there any reports from staff?
Yeah, the one thing I wanna just highlight for you all is we've been working hard this summer on our community engagement throughout the city. So the Armory continues to be open Monday through Friday, 8 AM to 12. It will be closed the next 3 days, July 8th, 9th, and 10th, because our summer seasonal help is gone. But it'll be back open on Friday. We have third Thursdays in downtown Olivia, where we are bringing the farmers market from the parking lot south of the bank right to downtown. We're bringing in some additional food trucks and vendors to kind of bring our main street back to life about once a month, not back to life, but just to re-energize our downtown area. And then after the third Thursday downtown market, we hope people will make their way over to Dirks Park. We're lining up our summer evening movie series with the third Thursdays as well. So our next upcoming outdoor movie night is Top Gun on July 17th. There we go. That one we've been partnering with the Renville Soil, Water and Conservation District. They reached out, they wanted to do something fun for their 70th anniversary. So they offered to help with a summer movie night. Beck's Hybrids has been the other interested party and contributor to the outdoor movie nights. The rest of our season, you have August 21st Shrek, September 18th, The Goonies. October 11th will be a Saturday. And we'll partner that with the trunk or treat that was really well received last year as well. It'll be Coco. So Dirks Park at sunset. So those are the different ways we're trying to appeal to different groups of people throughout our community and get them engaged and involved this summer. And then, of course, the final way we're getting people involved is, of course, Corn Capital Days. So I wanted to share with you all the calendar for Corn Capital Days. Which again is not a city hosted event, it's a city liaison, participates in a lot of things. But this event is put on by the very wonderful Corn Capital Days Committee. They have a full week of activities lined up, starting Monday, July 21st and ending Sunday, July 27th. If you're looking for ways to support Corn Capital Days, they could always use your support in person. There are lots of things that you could volunteer for. Particularly Friday, the street dance, Saturday, the corn and bean feed, and then Sunday, the pancake breakfast. If you're looking to support in other ways, there are still lots of raffle tickets available, or this week, the t-shirts will go for sale as well.
Yeah, another unique way you can support Corn Capital Days, the guy who drives and delivers the stage for the Friday night street dance, he's unable to do that this year, so we need somebody with a truck to help deliver the stage. So if anybody thinks they might wanna raise their hand for that task.
Like a semi?
Yes. Let me know. I'll get you the logistics details on getting the stage. It's just in Sacred Heart, so it's not,
Not
100
far.
miles away. Anyway, thank you, Elizabeth and the team for all you do to engage the community. It's very valuable and totally am impressed by the things that are being done in this town. All right. Any other committee reports? I think the only committee I would report on would be the MMDC. We decided that we would indeed raise the levy for the MMDC, which amounts to about a can of beans per household in Olivia. So pardon me for that one. All right. Any other notices and communications?
No.
Holly?
Yes, just a little feedback on the League of Minnesota Cities summer conference in Duluth. Fantastic opportunity to make contact with some other elected officials from cities around the state. We had our own city administrator elected to the board, so we now have representation there as well. It was a very good. They did a great job. The vendor opportunity to be able to meet with different vendors from everything, from law firms to playgrounds to you name it, it was there. And it was very well put together. So kudos to League of Minnesota Cities and our own city administrator for being elected to that board.
Thank you for representing us, Scott. Any other notices or communications? Well, I guess with no other business on the agenda, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So seconds.
Motion's been made by Ferguson, seconded by Baumgartner to adjourn. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.